Now, I'm not sure there are many other people in the automotive world at the moment that have thought, I know, what I'll do is I'll ask a manufacturer that only sells cars without roofs for a car in the middle of November. I am obviously a sucker for punishment and thought, you know, this seems like a great idea. No one else is doing it, so I'll do it. And do you know what? I'm glad I did. This car is so much fun, I cannot even explain. Now, it's so wonderful that this little Caterham 310R even exists. It's got 152 horsepower, it's got 168 Newton meters of torque, which by the modern standards at the moment is absolutely nothing in reality. But this car only weighs 540 kilos. So it absolutely flies along. What a car! It's so wonderful. Then there are cars out there like this still, with everything going electric now and everyone trying to make things as refined as they possibly can. Since 1957 with the Lotus 7, are still making fun little sports cars. And the only reason this car exists is for fun. That is it. There is nothing else about this car other than fun. What a hoot of a machine! I love it! This car has no mod cons whatsoever. It's cold, my head is freezing cold. There is a heater, and when you have the roof on, it's either Turkish prison hot in here, or you take the roof off and it's bloody freezing. There's no in between. I don't know how to change it. It's just seems that the engine heat is always coming through, but then you've got an extra fan that you can put on. It's, you know, it does a job. You look out down the long bonnet over that 1.6 litre Sigma engine that revs all the way to 8,000 RPM, and she's a little beauty. Absolutely love it. The build quality, yes, all right. Some bloke in a shed probably built this one, I don't know. But for £29,990, you can have this car and you can build it yourself. Comes in a kit, just build it yourself. Or for an extra couple of grand, Caterham will actually send you a car that is fully built. Now this one, being a 310R, has a limited slip differential, it's got sticky tyres, special uprated brakes. Oh God, and the paint job and all that kind of stuff, and all the carbon all over the dashboard and on the rear wheels, the rear wings, sorry. The removable Momo steering wheel, the composite bucket seats, which are actually a lot more comfortable than you would expect. I've done 200 miles in this car so far, and it's not been completely uncomfortable. The one thing I would say is in the dark, when you put the lights on full beam, the blue light on here, which has even been covered up by Caterham with a little sticker, is ridiculously bright. It's so blinding. And you can barely see what you're doing because of the blue light, and it reflects on my glasses and is a disaster. The windscreen wipers, which I've had to use the other day, they do the job, but only just. It's not about that. This car, as I said, is so refreshing that it is purely for driving enjoyment and driving pleasure. If you are a car enthusiast and you haven't driven one of these, or you think to yourself, oh, I don't know, it's one of those nerds driving around in a Caterham, just wash your mouth out with soap. Go and drive one. It is a fantastic little machine. The 5-speed gearbox that's twin to this little 1.6 litre Sigma engine is absolutely delightful. It's like a rifle mechanism. It's so mechanical. You feel the gear go in. You have to be quite aggressive with it, which all just adds to the enjoyment. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, I've still got the indicator on. That happens a lot. And it'll break traction anytime he wants it to. I love this little car. I gotta get me one of these. This is just fantastic. Goes round corners and it's on rails. With this car, the tiny little steering wheel has so much feedback and feel through it. Being that there's no power steering, there are no aids, there's nothing for you to not get yourself in a lot of trouble. Here we go! God, it's good fun! And with this one, I have to say, I think the 310, so the 310S for UK roads and the 310R for if you want to do the occasional track day. But I think the 310R for me is the absolute pinnacle, because it's got enough power to break traction when you want to. It's got enough power to do all of the things that you want to do with it. But a 420R is so unbelievably fast. I think this one for the UK roads is the sweet spot. I genuinely do. I've driven a 420R. I've never driven a 620, and I can't even begin to imagine that it's twice as fast as this. And I think that's just ludicrous. But you know, each to their own. As I say, this lovely little gearbox. You can catch it out occasionally because it is quite tricky, but if you are positive with it, the short throws and the mechanical feeling of it are wonderful. Something you do also notice with one of these is it gets a lot of love. People still realise that this is a car that you've gone out and you've actively bought to enjoy the fact that you are a motoring enthusiast, which I am. So I love this thing. It's brilliant, honestly. It's just such a breath of fresh air that Caterham still even make these. With everything going towards electric these days and everything trying to become way more refined as you could possibly have. This car is not refined in any way, but it's all about driving enjoyment. Heel and toe, the pedals are in exactly the right position for heel and toe. Oh, we're at a junction here. One good part of a junction in a Caterham. Got up a bit of revs. And off we go! Oh God! I always used to think Caterhams can't be as fun as everyone says they are, but they are! Oh God! I appreciate that this is a third car, a fourth car. It's a toy, and this one, as tested, is a £38,000 toy. But you don't have to have one that expensive. You can not take a few of the options that this one has. Oh my God! Oh, the way it goes round corners is telepathic, the steering. And there's no traction control. There's nothing helping you out. You have to manage it, which just makes the whole experience so much more fun. Oh, bloody hell. It's an aggressive little car. The engine is angry. And it wants to go, go, go. We had to stir the lovely little manual gearbox so often because you're on the brakes and the little engine revs and revs and revs and revs. If you're anything of a car enthusiast, you'll know about Colin Chapman in 1957 designing this for Lotus and calling it the Lotus 7. And I just love the fact that Caterham have kept this going. I mean, it's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's just so much fun. You've got the exhaust down here by your right ear, which is banging and popping and making loads of noise. Not many people are going to be using these in November. I think they should. Get out, use them. We're not going to be able to use them much longer, so whilst you can, get out and enjoy these amazing little toys. Big boys, big girls toys. Go and do track days. Go and enjoy them whilst we all still can. I'm absolutely blown away by this little Caterham. It's the longest I've ever spent in one, and yeah, I really, really want one. It's fantastic. It's absolutely hilarious. Go try one, go see what it's like. Go and see what all the fuss is about, and yeah, they're just, stick one away, enjoy it occasionally. Just enjoy the fact that we're going to be able to use some petrol for a bit longer, and this is a very good way to use it up.